Okay, hello guys. We are back with Invasion. It's already been a week. That's crazy. Invasion season 3, episode 2. Oh, you might have just heard my cat. She's asking me for pets. Is now the time, right when I start my recording? Oh, now she's going somewhere. She might want to leave the room, so I might have to open the door for her. But before that, I'm a little out of breath. It's been crazy setting up the green screen, okay? But that's not what we're here for. We're here for Invasion, as you can tell from the background. I'm gonna let my cat out. But let's get into the episode. That's what we're here for, right? So, obviously, after the previously on, we go right into the Hida Mountains. I'm gonna say Hida. It's Japan. I feel like it'd be more Hida. Hida Mountains in former Japan. Remember, everything's still former. I would like to know why you guys think that. I explained my theories last week. I won't go into it right now because we're on this episode. But then we start on a poor little bunny that gets crossbowed by Mitsuki. Mitsuki was a surprise. So, with the whole Mitsuki and Nikhil being back thing, it was either two things. It was either they wanted you to be like, whoa, they're both alive, or the showrunner or whatever, the writer was like, yeah, of course they're still back. Like we didn't even think about the fact that people might be confused. It was one of those two things for sure, based on how they portrayed their characters. Either the writer like assumed the viewers understood that they would be back, or they wanted the viewers to not understand. Because I was a little confused. But why is it always the bunny? Can we talk about that? Why is it always the bunny that just gets wrecked in these survival situations? Yeah, okay, well, let's move on. But yeah, what the hell is Mitsuki doing here is what I was thinking. Because obviously last time we saw her, we think she's dead, or she's at least brain dead. She has lost herself to the aliens. Like, she collapsed, boom. I cried for her. But she's just here, hunting in the Japanese mountains, I guess. But she finds a necklace in the water. We see her go through her day. She gets some crops from a basket outside of a little house that a family is inside. A little girl and a grandpa. And the little girl does have a plushie like thing that is an astronaut woman that looks like Hinata. It might be Hinata. And Mitsuki gives the little girl the necklace, and with a new carved symbol or word, I guess, in Japan, which we will talk about what that means later. But at this point, I felt like I'd missed an episode. I felt like it was just very, I don't know, like, okay, what is happening? But it wasn't like you're supposed to not know what's happening. It was more like I'm missing something. Or maybe, I don't know, it's confusing. Just let me know your interpretations below. That's kind of how I felt for a lot of the beginning, at least. But she finds this house with a tripwire set to fire a crossbow. And I thought she was just finding some random house at first, but then I was like, is this her own house? Especially since she lives in there the rest of the episode? Like, did we just see her make that her house while we were watching? I mean, her journal's in there. Why is she cutting her own tripwire then? It's a little confusing, but she starts journaling, and she writes that the little girl and the grandfather are the only people that she has talked to since moving here. And she says she loves the solitude and the silence the most, which, interesting, which, I mean, makes sense, right? She explains it a little more, kind of enjoying the solitude after being, I don't know, suffering so much noise and so many voices in her head, right? I mean, that seems nice, and Japan seems cool. But she churns her water, like does the churning, and then boils it to obviously make it safe. And she used carrots from the basket that she got. I'm guessing there's some sort of arrangement with that family, like, I don't know, she does something for them, they leave her out some food to come get whenever she pleases. But then she starts hearing weird noises while chopping, and I was like, okay, she's gonna cut herself. She's hearing something while she's chopping, and of course she cuts herself, and then collapses, and the intro hits. Like, it's like, okay, she's still hearing something, I guess. I thought it was gonna be more like insane, like more like prevalent, like this is the first time that happened. But I do like that they kind of surprise you with, she actually has a log of multiple times of this happening. She goes straight to her journal after she wakes up, erases the word silence, and then writes noise, which I don't know if we had to do all that. Could have just kept it. But we see here that she has the lists of times where she loses time when she is unconscious, from when it happened to when she comes out, and when she hears this noise. This has happened before, and she thinks that it means the aliens are trying to tell her something, that it's some sort of signal to her. But we see her go to this house again with the grandpa and the little girl, and she uses the satellite dish and establishes a signal and to the WDC. At first, I guess not yet. She's looking at the news, sees that Travante's back. And at this point, I was still wondering what happened to Mitski, and if Maya is even looking for her. What happened to Maya? Are we just gonna ignore Maya? She gone? Do we not care about Maya anymore? There was another character I felt like that. Who was it? I don't know. At least Maya, as I felt like, what are they gonna do with her? The old president, the president in season 2, they kind of just vanished as well. And there was one other character that was just kind of like, where'd they go kind of a thing. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Maya will come back. We'll see. But Mitski casually hacks into the WDC, which again takes me out of it a little bit. She's just doing her little type. I'm in the WDC in like 30 seconds. Yeah, the Hollywood hacker stuff. But anyway, she sees the arrival time of Travante coincides with her noises that she started hearing, but she for some reason forgets she set up a timer to when the WDC will see that she is broken in. She just sits there and reveals to them that Mitski is trying to hack them, and then they start tracing her. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't love the hacking thing at first, and then it's too convenient. Like, the plot needed the WDC to find Mitski. It just needed it for the rest of the episode, right? But I don't like that the reason that it happened was she just got lost for like 30 seconds forgetting that there was a timer. Like, I feel like she wouldn't forget that for something this big. She wouldn't just like sit there and forget, even if she's focused on the noises. So I even if that is the case, I don't like when plot is driven by stupid decisions or stupid mistakes. It's far more interesting when the character is doing everything right and there's still things going wrong. There's still conflict coming. That's when it's more engaging and the stakes are higher. But I mean, you got to get over it, right? You can point it out, but then get over it. But yeah, I thought they were just gonna like troll us, be like, "Oh, look at the timer. The timer's about to get up," and then she's gonna like do it at 1 second. But no, that didn't happen. But there's a lady who sees that Mitski, I guess it's just one person that saw Mitski was hacking into them. Shows her boss, this new lady. I forgot her name already, but we did learn Jack's name, which is the intelligence guy. But after this boss lady sees this, we go to the East Antarctic sheet, South Pole. And we go down to the alien carrier ship number 5, the downed alien carrier ship number 5, with a man and a woman. We do not see, or two men, sorry. We don't see the man at first, but the more educated one, scientist, says it's a highly reactive core with chamber walls even lethal to aliens. So that's interesting. Their own walls are lethal to them. But they both enter, and we get some crazy VFX again of this ship. I think it's cool. I like the VFX for sure. And then they reveal that the man in the black coat is Nikhil, and I'm laughing because they reveal it so stupidly. I have to show the clip. It's we knew this from the trailers that he was alive, but they reveal it in such a goofy way when he pulls off his hood, and it's not even like a line, it's like sideways, and he's like, I'm alive, Nikhil's still here. But I'll show the clip. It's funny to me.
And it's getting more extreme.
That's too good, bro. But anyways, the scientist guy, I guess, says the core is producing X-rays and gamma rays at like an unstable level. And I mean, now at this point, I was wondering, how's Nikhil here now? No, I thought we just bringing back people from the dead, but you gotta remember, I guess they were brain dead, and they do explain it a little more. Basically, once the aliens were downed, they came back. Their brains came back to normal, kind of normal. We see Mitsuki still hears noises, and Kenji later on we'll see still hears noises. But to show Nikhil's still a dick, he fires the guy, the scientist guy who was educating him, and then instead hires the woman that says to ignore the dangers, which is crazy. Like did Nikhil not learn nothing from last season, bro? Like his almost death from being just an idiot. But then he goes to this table, slides everything off again. It's kind of rude. Feel like he needs to die again, but I think that changes a little bit by the end of the episode. Spoiler alert for me. I think I liked him a little more. The most I've actually liked him in the show by the end, but that's not very hard to do. And he chats with the new WDC lady boss, and she reports to him about Mitsuki. And we learn that the WDC are developing weapons with the shard that Luke found. So that's interesting, making bullets out of them at least. And Nikhil is basically being asked to go talk to Mitsuki to get her on board. For some reason, again, it's a little bit like they're just plots trying to get Nikhil and Mitsuki together. I don't see why they would need him too much. He even says that, I guess. But again, it's called lamp shading. We talked about last episode when the plot acknowledges how dumb itself is, which kind of works sometimes. I don't hate it. But Nikhil goes to see her. I'm fine with them two getting together. And the black trucks with Nikhil in it from WDC pull up to this poor family's house with the grandfather and daughter, who Mitsuki kind of incriminated, unfortunately, but I don't think they suffer consequences too much. But Nikhil does one nice thing. He says no weapons, which is nice, but yeah, those guys are definitely mad at him after they get crossbowed. Again, spoiler alert, but you've probably seen the full episode. But Nikhil starts speaking Japanese. Like, he knows that, I guess. He starts speaking Japanese to the family. Another surprise. The little girl goes back into the house, into the back area of the house where Mitsuki presumably is. She's going to go tell Mitsuki. And then Nikhil kind of lets himself into the house and translates Mitsuki's gift to Moon. I believe Moon. It was Moon and one other thing. I wrote it down. I don't know where I wrote it down now. Well, we're recording now, but now this is going to piss me off. I might have to just go find it. Moon was one of them. Just let me know in the comments below the other one. I gotta go, but I gotta record this video fast. I'll check in another time and maybe edit that in. If I figure it out later, I will edit that part in. But the girl finds Mitsuki in her little house with the tripwire. And again, a little infuriating, she just points. She points to the WDC like, look, instead of like tells them something. And then Mitsuki's like, oh, okay, stands in the open and then lets Nikhil see her instead of hiding. And then she's like, oh, shoot, I guess I gotta run into the forest. She runs from all these WDC men, and then she 180 turns and crossbows. And again, I felt a little bit of sympathy for these guys because they wanted to bring weapons, and Nikhil's like, nah, she's fine. You don't need weapons, and they're just getting crossbowed because of it. But at the same time, I don't feel bad because we want Mitsuki to succeed, right? But she takes her time, crossbows another guy, and then does it again to another guy, and then stops to think she's safe. I knew she wasn't safe. Again, like, I like the show. I speak of the issues, but I do like the show. But like, why would she suddenly like think that it's over and she would just calm down. I don't feel like she would do that. She would keep running, but she starts to calm down. There's one guy waiting behind the tree, apparently. And then he gets the jump on her, but she like pushes him away and smacks him. And I'm sorry, but that's just not what would happen. He's a pretty big guy, and he got the jump on her. I don't think she would have been able to like push him and knock him down like she does. That's how I felt with last episode with Travante, when there was two military men on him, and he defeated both of them. Like, again, it just feels a little like, okay, those guys were like NPCs that were just free knockouts, I guess. But she knocks him down, tries to run, but trips. And then the guy is trying to handcuff her, but she apparently gets a stick and whacks him with it, which apparently knocks him out unconscious for a while, I guess. But she starts to leave, again, slowly, but the phone just starts buzzing, this guy's phone, and there's a message pop up. It says it's SQ lead, the SQ lead, squad lead, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's Nikhil, asking if they have her, if they have Mitsuki. She messaged yes. And then if you're curious about the messages above, they kind of weren't too important. If you were wondering, it was just like, are we ready to move out? And like, yes, let's move out. Like, it wasn't nothing important that you really need to know. But then she sends another message, which I think was weird because she wasn't even looking. Her eyes were like this, which I guess maybe she already she's just good on the keys. But she sends that a second message. And Nikhil shows up to the phone and finds that it says it's about the cosmic ocean that Nikhil talked about in season 2. And this is where I started thinking, could he have a true redemption arc? Did they bring him back to be redeemed? I really hope that's where they're going. Because last time he died out of stupidity, or brain died, I guess, but maybe now he could sacrifice himself. That'd be a true arc, right? Died for them. But I think it's funny they have to show flashbacks to everything. These last 2 episodes, they've shown flashbacks to so many different things. It's just because they know we don't remember anything. We don't remember the first 2 seasons that much. I mean, I do, but most people don't remember that stuff. Nikhil says that Mitsuki sending that message about a cosmic ocean was apparently a code to go to some temple that he figured out. And he says he'll make sure it stays civil if she comes back. But then she shows the back of her neck all messed up, damaged, ripped open maybe. I don't know, is it a scar? But then we get a history as they talk on what happened in these 2 years. Basically saying that Nikhil barely regained consciousness and didn't protect her, and she said that when she came back she could still feel them when he couldn't. And then he made a deal with leaving Mitsuki to give him mining rights to the ships over her, and Mitsuki was tested on after for a while. We don't know how long, but she eventually escaped the WDC, and now they want her back. But as they're talking, Mitsuki starts to hear noises, get a headache, and Nikhil explains that he went to the other side and saw the cosmic ocean like her, but he says he came back with nothing. Strangely, when she came back with voices, which I feel like that's a setup. They didn't say that for nothing. That's a setup to some sort of reveal that maybe he didn't come back with nothing. He came back with something, whatever that may be. Maybe he's an alien. Maybe he's a deeper ploy in the aliens' plan. I don't know, or it's something else. Hopefully they surprise me. But Mitsuki passes out once again, and I do appreciate his reaction here. He doesn't freak out or anything. It feels realistic. He's a little calm. He acts calm and genuinely worried. And she kind of wakes up, and I like her performance as always. Her the actress. I should look this up. She deserves it. It's Shioli Kutsuno. I might have pronounced that wrong, but she's been great the whole series, of course. And I do like Nikhil a little more this episode as well. And he asks how long she's had these, which again, a little bit of an issue. I feel like that's not the first thing you ask when like she passes out. You're like, are you okay? What just happened? He's like, how long have you had these? Like, it feels like the plot already, the writers already know that she's had these a while, and then we need him to ask that. It's a little bit contrived. It's my issue, basically. But he leaves her, does not like take her in, calls the WDC, says he won't help, and if they get rid of his mining rights, he will blow up the ships if they take them away from him. Which, I don't know. I don't know. Is this one guy really gonna blow up the ships? But then we see that Jack, the intelligence guy, we reveal his name is Jack, which Jack sucks. I hate Jack, just to be clear. Not the name, the character, Jack. I hate him. But we reveal kind of that he's working with the WDC as well. It's just these kind of WDC villains are a little generic. They feel a little blah. What are their motives? Really just to protect the world from aliens, but they're not really protecting. But then we see two people hunting aliens. Just hunting them, I guess, with like darts. Testing out the new weapons, I'm guessing, is what they were doing. And the CGI here, I don't know about you guys, but felt a little weird. The lighting or something in broad daylight. I guess the aliens haven't been there, and it just felt a little off. I don't know what you think. I mean, there is a rule about using VFX in broad daylight. It's like, it's how it is a little harder. But basically, WC calls one of these hunters and says, I want you to hunt Mitsuki now. So that's cool. But we go to Mitsuki, who returns to the house with the girl and the grandpa. She says, sadly, I gotta go. Mitsuki takes back the necklace, so the little girl gives it back to her. The grandpa points a gun at her. Like, understandably, he's protecting his granddaughter, right? But, like, he was a little, like, over the top, bro. There's no one else here. She's leaving. She's saying goodbye, right? But I understood him. I understood. And we go to Mitsuki, who goes into the city and goes to somebody named Ume's house. And Ume says it's been almost 2 years since they saw each other. And it's pretty much inferred that this is where Mitsuki went after escaping the WDC. And she asks about someone named Kenji. And we Ume shows that someone named Kenji, a little boy, is in the other room resting. But she says Kenji showed up barely able to stand a couple days ago, says the sounds came back, says the same thing happened with the noises coming back after Travante came back. And apparently miners found hunter-killers in the mines one time down there, irritated apparently. And Kenji said he felt them and went to go find them. He made contact, felt a shearing pain in his mind, and shows an image on his arm of what he saw, which I think is the mothership beam thing that everyone keeps talking about, like the EKG last episode of Casper. I believe that's what it is on his arm. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. But Mitsuki says she wants to find an alien as well. And as she's talking with Ume, and they got a good meal, by the way. That looks like a good meal in front of her. Just want to point that out. But Mitsuki pulls out the box that she dug up under a tree before she left. And inside is the star that Hinata left her in, I believe, the very first episode, at least season 1. Pretty sure it's the very first episode that she left her, which is interesting. And sadly, she doesn't remember even what that is after what is happening to her brain. And I like this message that Ume tells her about Mitsuki connecting to something close to her heart, and the fact that that's what makes her human as much as she is connected with the aliens. For its flaws in the show, I do like the themes and message of humanity and connection and keeping those in an invasion. I think that works. Okay, we're back. Oh, I don't know if y'all saw that. So I got a fan on over there, and some of the hair just picked up into the fan in front. Even more is in front of my face. Oh my! She's standing right in front of the fan, and hair's just blowing off of her. Okay. Anyways, back to the episode. Skywatch shows up, and Mitsuki finds a hiding tunnel area that goes above the ceiling where she looks through a vent as Skywatch, who works with the WDC, shows up. And Ume denies that Mitsuki was here, which is a little unfortunate because the woman says that she was actually spotted here on surveillance. And I was worried about this. I instantly thought what I do here in this situation if I was trying to hide Mitsuki. And I know for sure I would have lied that I had seen her, because they're obviously here for a reason, right? Is what I'd think. They're obviously here. They're not randomly searching for Mitsuki. They probably have some information that she's here. So I would have lied that she was here. She showed up for a meal, but then just bailed. Like some sort of excuse like that. Oh, yeah, she was here. We ate a meal, but for some reason she just ran away. Is she in trouble? Is she okay? Like something like that. I feel like that's easier to buy than just denying she was here at all, because then that's obviously incriminating once they reveal that she was spotted here. So that's interesting. But then the woman from Skywatch comes in and sees, oh, there's a meal for two, and I instantly knew they were gonna do that as soon as they left the meal there. But I love how this woman Ume in this house conveniently has like this upper area you can walk in above the ceiling. Maybe it's more traditional to like Japanese houses like that, especially like in the city, but like I've never seen something like that. That was pretty cool. But Mitsuki's moving around up there, and I got worried because like you're making me think like I would hear that. I would hear somebody walking above me, just like the footsteps, I guess. Like the displacement of the roof is just kind of loud. But then the woman kind of gets a little angry. The woman from Skywatch disrupts Kenji, grabs his arm, saying, "We gotta test him. We gotta bring him back." Mitsuki grabs some gasoline, puts it on their car outside from the roof. Conveniently has a lighter on her. Lights the car, but doesn't blow it up. Sadly, but it does work for a distraction. The people run outside. The Skywatch people run outside. They put it out with a convenient fire extinguisher. Now that I'm thinking about it too, maybe it was in the house. But they put it out, and yeah, it didn't do much, which kind of a nice surprise. You kind of expected to blow up. But then they get in the car thinking that she did that and ran, but she is still there. And I do appreciate that instead of being like mad or like scared like the grandpa, like you brought danger to my house, Ume gives her a key to Kenji's bike and tells her to like chase your demons. You know, your demons have been chasing you. It's time you chase them. And I love how everyone in the market in the background here is just chilling and laughing. Everyone in the background is just chilling and laughing like, ha ha ha, nothing happened. Totally not arson right in front of us. Like they just like, is that what would really happen? That might actually happen in real life. Like, would people literally just blow that over so fast and not care anymore? Like, oh yeah, arson almost happened right here. Oh, okay. Guess we're fine. Haha, look at this potato. Like, I don't know. Humans are stupid. Might happen. But she ends up following Skywatch to a hotel, and freaking Jack calls and talks to the agent woman. We never get her name. I'll call the agent woman on a call. He's like, you gotta do this, and then hangs up when he's done talking. Doesn't wait for her response. Like, I knew I hated this guy. I hate people that do that. They get their point across and then they hang up. Does it make them feel powerful to not engage in actual debate or like questions, you know? But I love how they pick up on a signal that Mitsuki is hacking into the WDC again. But I love that they go in with guns in this market. There's stupid angry grins. They played those stupid grins that made me pissed off. Not pissed, but we see that Mitsuki left a decoy there and somehow gets into their hotel room while they're away, which maybe they left it unlocked in the speed of things, but I don't know. Hotels normally have like a key card or a code, but I do appreciate this arc we're going to of Mitsuki trying to run away from her demons and live a normal life, but her having to learn that it's time to just chase them. It's time to fight back. and she's got this motivation now. This is her goal, and I like that motivation that'll carry us through the season, hopefully. But then the woman gets back to her room, and the men that are with her, somehow knowing Mitsuki was on it. It was like, Mitsuki for sure came here. Like, just because it was a decoy, I don't know if that's the immediate thing I would assume. I think it'd just be bait. But then she speaks English suddenly, like so suddenly that it was disturbing and scary, because she's spoken Japanese the whole time. But then we see Mitsuki break into another place like it's nothing once more, like it's nothing, a place that she tracked on the map for aliens. And we get this shot of her finding a metal hole ripped open that was in the trailer. Again, this and the trailer, I thought it was some like yellow glass or something at first. I don't know, but it's obviously metal ripped open here. But we see when she looks down this like pit, at least one hunter killer down there. And then this really long ladder that leads down and says, "What's this new signal? What are you trying to tell us?" Somehow she knows it's some new signal, some sort of message, which is interesting because it makes you feel like the aliens, if they're really trying to tell you something, right? Maybe they're trying to help out. I don't know. But then the woman and the men appear and jump scare me. Literally jump scare me. They're at the top of the ladder, and Mitsuki jump scares her into dropping her flashlight all the way down, and she and her men start to go down the ladder with guns toward Mitsuki. And Mitsuki, I was thinking here like they were telling her surrender, but Mitsuki just keeps going because she would rather be shot than get taken in and tested on again. But Mitsuki has a sound again while she's climbing down the ladder, inconvenient. But she collapses while on the ladder, falls down into the pit of at least one hunter killer, and we cut to black, which expected, but did not expect the episode to keep going. So props to them for doing something unexpected, because this show's been very predictable and generic for a lot of the time, and especially season 2 and recently. But then we see the woman and the men are covered in blood from the hunter killers. And I just love, like a side note here, I just love this decision to make the alien or aliens burrow down here, like some hole down here that's like some in the middle of the city, like some secret nest. Like it's freaky, like they're bugs or something. I like it. But then an alien crawls over to Mitsuki, stands above her, opens its claw, touches her, and she says, "The signal." And it cuts to black. I'm like, oh, okay, now they're ending crazy. And then, well, what? Thought the episode would end again, but then Mitsuki's in Northern California? Excuse me? She was just encountered by an alien in some pit. And now she's in Northern California. Interesting. But she is given a note at this party in Northern California at this house that says, "Come up." She enters a flight of stairs that I guess wasn't that hard for her to do. I guess other people could do this at the party, so not too private. But then we see Nikhil up there. Not surprised it was him. I was assuming it was him. But she says that something has changed in them, the aliens. Something has changed in them. And again, like earlier in the episode, he says, "I won." When he says the aliens, like he says, "We won," but then he says, "Oh no, I won." And then earlier he said, "My mission," instead of "our mission." Again, they're trying to show his character, his flaws, that he's got ego, but it's too on the nose here. I think Haikyuu actually is a good example of Kageyama in the first episode saying, "I will defeat you." It's just way more subtle. This is too in your face. Like, do you see that he has an ego? Do you see that he's selfish? Do you see that? And I feel like maybe they're trying to set up redeeming himself. Too on the nose. Don't like it. But she said that an alien found her and gave her an impulse saying, "They arise." That's what the signal was. They arise. And I guess she got out of that ladder. She climbed back up that ladder. All good. Not hurt. Then she says something is coming. Which, again, maybe bigger aliens. And then she makes this kind of little speech like, "I thought I could hide away, but now I gotta fight back." Again, too generic and on the nose again. Like, we knew that. We could tell that that's where the plot was going. But she, like, her saying that herself, uh, I don't know, takes away from it a little bit. But she says she needs Nikhil to take her somewhere. I'm guessing a ship, because he's got the mining rights. And she asks, "Are you in?" And he smiles a little bit into the credits. I'm guessing he's in. But I kind of like it. I kind of like it, the setup of them teaming up. And I like that the show gives characters their own episodes sometimes like this. But I think I want more of them having stuff in the same episode. Like if we saw like what was going on with Luke and their family, Anisha, and then Mitsuki, and then Travante, like all in the same episode, I think they would flow better. So they feel a little slower without that, but I also do like it because it also gives you more time to, what's it called? Breathe in the characters, sink in with them. It's not the words, but there's something. But that's the episode. I hope you enjoyed, guys. The episode, obviously I talk about my flaws, but I do like the show, and I'm excited for every week. I'll stay here to the end. Season 3 looking like it might be the last season based on the trailers and based on so far the numbers that I've been seeing. The popularity around this season doesn't seem too high, and they were already losing a lot of money before with season 2. And the reviews, unfortunately, I think this is probably going to be it last season, but I'm going to be here with you guys. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying talking to you, and always feel free to discuss or engage in the comments below. So have a good rest of your day, and goodbye.